Okay. Okay. Today's topic is administrating a remote system. First of all, remote system administration means administration of servers which are located in remotely. Remotely means generally the data centers are located in global regions like US, UK, Australia, like somewhere and far away from us. So those are called remote systems. Okay. So in the data centers, the servers are arranged like in a rack. Okay. So if you want to log in as a normal user in local systems and get that remote desktop or console using remote desktop tools, you must use tools like putty, VNC server, etc. Okay. If it is a remote desktop, that means in Windows we will use this remote desktop. We need to manage the servers using GUI tools. Windows, if it is Windows, we use RDP. It is called RDP, remote desktop. If it is Linux systems, you want to log in, you use putty, VNC server, like that. Okay, I will tell you what are those. Okay, putty, I will tell you. If it is through putty, we can manage the servers using command line. Again, if you log into putty, you will get a command line interface. Okay, on that command line interface you will execute the commands after logging into the IPs. I will tell you how to logging into that remote system, how to administrate it. Once if you log into that remote system, you will do like our own system. Okay. Actually there are a lot of ways to log into the remote system. Out of them, two popular methods are telnet and ssh in Linux servers. These two are very much popular. Out of these, ssh is very much popular and very important tool, advantage tool compared to telnet. Okay, to log into any server you must know its server name or host name or its IP address, any one of them, IP address or server name, and its port number. That means which way we are logging, telnet or ssh. If it is telnet, that is 23. If it is ssh, it is, that is 22. We must know the port number, username and password. If you know these four parameters, then only you can log in, otherwise we cannot log in it. Okay. Next we'll see one by one. What is telnet is? Telnet is a mechanism to connect and to administrate the remote system from local system. That means from local system means suppose our laptop, like that. From that local system we can log into the remote system through this mechanism, that is telnet. uh, but this telnet is, it is the oldest technique, but through accessing a remote shell account through telnet is somewhat dangerous, because here the information between, the sharing of information between the two systems is done through, is done in a plain text, that means simple binary. Okay. So anyone can snip the connection, that means he can snip the connection in between and can see our username, password, email, whatever he wants to do, messages, everything. Okay, for these reasons we don't use telnet frequently, where we require security. Okay. So telnet means there is no encryption between the server and client. That means between two systems, you share the information between two systems, two remote systems. We use the telnet technique. That is not a secure way. Why? Because here the data encryption doesn't happen. That's why telnet is not that much advantage. Okay. The port number for telnet is 23. Okay. Telnet port number is 23. Next, second way of accessing remote shell is through ssh. S for secure, sh for shell. So secure shell, the name itself indicates that it is, we're accessing the shell through the secure way. Okay. So if you see this diagram, so it is a client and server. Suppose if you access through some telnet means it is an unencrypted means data. If you send the data from server to client or client to server, the data will be in plain text, plain simple binary format. So there is no encryption, there is no protection for the data. So simply in the middle, we can encrypt, we can snip it, we can uh, theft the data. Okay, you can rob the data. So that's why telnet is not a secure method. We can snip the data. Okay, whereas in ssh, suppose look here, if you send the password in telnet method, username and password, it will send in a plain text manner. Okay, but if you use ssh technique, if you send the data between server and client, it is an encrypted format. Of course, that encrypted techniques vary. That may be RSA. There are some types of encryptions are data encryptions are available. Out of those, it will use any one of them. Generally, it is RSA method, RSA technique. So if you send the data between them, it is encrypted. Look here, it doesn't send that plain text. It is encrypted. Encryption means the original data is combined with some code along with some other data, so that it will be that means it is encrypted, means some other extra code will be added to that, so that it is encrypted. Once it reaches to client, there it is decrypted, and original data will be recovered. Okay, so that's why SSH is an encrypted login session, so it is safer. Okay, the advantage of SSH, that's why we use SSH. So coming to the port number, if you use TCP, SSH runs at this port 22. Remember, this is very important. SSH port is default, SSH port is 22. Of course, we can change it, but by default it is 22. And there is a daemon for SSH. SSH means daemon means it is a background process. If you want to log in through SSH, there is a process that must run on the back end of your OS. That is nothing but daemon. Daemon is nothing but it is a background process. It is, if that background process for SSH running, then only SSH will work. Otherwise, it doesn't work. We'll see that process daemons in process management topic. Here the daemon for SSH is sshd. D for daemon. SSH, sshd. And the configuration file for ssh is /etc/ssh/sshd_config. In this file, you can change the settings for this SSH. This is the configuration. You need to remember these three, very important. Okay, /etc configuration file is /etc/ssh/sshd_config, and daemon is sshd, and port is 22. Okay, so how to access a remote machine using SSH? Simple. It is very simple. Simply on your command line, if you use your command line, okay, just type as ssh space your IP address or hostname. Both ways you can do it. Okay, so hostname, when you can use this, hostname is saved in /it is hostname file, or and DNS is configured, then only it will work. In our lab session, I have not configured DNS, so only I will do that with IP address. But in real time, you can go with hostname as well as IP number. So like this, if you suppose our suppose sorry,
యోగి సార్ కొంచెం పర్మిషన్ ఎవరా యోగి సార్
enti. Okay, how to access a remote host is simple way through SSH. Is simple way, it is SSH that IP. Okay, if it is configured in DNS, the hostname is known, then you can do that by hostname. Suppose www.hostname name is suppose hcl.com, then you can use like that also. Okay, or sometimes it is like a simple some hostname is there, myserver.rhl.com, like that, then it is okay. Then so like that we can access a remote shell using simple way. So after that, it will ask for a password. So once if you log in, check that host name, what is that host name or IP address to confirm that login. So because we are logging into another remote system from our system. Okay, so we are in one system using sh, we will log into other system with that IP. So after that it will ask for password. If you want to confirm it, you need to check the host name and IP address. How to check the host name? Command, that is uname-n or hostname command. Or you want to check the IP address by using ifconfig. If it is RHL6 version, by using ifconfig command, you can check that IP address. If it is the same as that one, so it is confirmation that you are in that remote server. So if you want to leave that session, you want to go back to your original first server, first where you are in, just use the command exit or logout command. You will be back to your home machine which you are logged in. Okay, that I will show you one by one. Okay, first I will show you how to do sh. Later we will see. Okay, the same can be done through putty also. I will tell you about putty later. First we'll see that here. Okay, this is my terminal. It is my server, and I am having two servers here, two systems. One is this one, first one. Second one is this one. Okay, so let us check. If I use ifconfig command, so my server IP is this one, 192.168.61.130. So I want to see hostname command or uname command. It is server 2. Okay, this is server 2. Next go to another server. Again ifconfig. Yeah, okay, look here. My server ID is 129, 192.168.161.129. Okay, it is first one is 130, it is 129. To understand that one, I have given continuous. Okay, but in real time it is not so. Different IP address are there. Again, check the host name also. Host name. So it is just RHL dot server. This one is RHL server 2 and this IP is 132. Now I want to log in. I'm here in this system, in this remote server. I want to log into this remote server. Okay, second one, that is 129. For that you must need its IP address or host name. Okay, of course present at now it doesn't work with the host name because I haven't configured DNS, so I will use IP address only. Okay, and I need root password for this system. From this system, RHL server 2, from this system I want to log into the second one, this one, RHL server. Okay, for that I need this IP address and its root password or username, other user also, user password also. Okay, how to do that? Simple. SSH and IP address is 192 dot. Okay, already I have done that. Look here, this one, this IP address. Okay, I have already typed it. Enter. It is asking the root password. If I give like this, I haven't specified any username here, so by default it will take root at the rate 192.168. Okay, if you want to mention the username, that I will show you. Just here sh there, suppose if yogi user is there, yogi at the rate this IP address, you need to mention like that. I will show you later. First I will continue with the root. So it is root, username is root and at the rate IP address is this one. You need to enter password. Okay, so we have logged into the other server. The server is this server. Check it. Previously I am in this server, in this system, this remote system. Now I have logged into this system. Check in which system I am in. if config, look here, virtually I'm in this system. Now I can access whatever resources in this one, okay, through this OS. Okay, or if you want to check the host name also, you can do that. Look here, it is server, just RHL server, but previously it is RHL. We are in this server, but virtually we have logged into this server. Okay, so in the same way, look here, what are the things in this server? Suppose if I go to cd/home, look what are the folders we are having: file w, h1c, nog, srikant, ruti, yogi. Look here, just go to cd/home. So look here, I can access the same also. Okay, if you want to do something here, I want to create some file here, touch some file one here in this folder. Look this file one, check whether this was reflected or not. Look here, that means virtually, of course I am in this server 130 server, but I have logged into this 129 through ssh. So whatever I want to do, that can done this sh. Okay, if you want to exit from this 129 server, again go back to this 130 server, simple type exit or logout. Here I am using exit. So what it was getting, logout, connection to 192.168.61 is closed. Check where we are in which system we are in. I can type if command, if config command. Look here, I was back into this system, 130 system. Okay, if you want further doubt, you can check with hostname command also. Okay, I don't do that. So here, if I want to go to that server, I have done that, this command ssh, simple command sh 192 and that IP address. Okay, if you want to log in to the server with different user ID, suppose there are different users in Red Hat, so h1c, nog, srikant, shruti, yogi. Now I want to log in as yogi. So what you need to do is ssh, the username is yogi. If you specify username, it will log in like that user only. If you don't specify, by default it will consider as root. Already in previous case you have seen that one, 192.168.61.129. so it is asking for the password of yogi, user yogi only. You need to enter the password of yogi. Look here, it is asking yogi at the rate, that one. I think it is denied. Why it is denied? Okay, I will do that. Will something, I have entered wrong password or something. Or I have entered the wrong password, wrong one. Oh sorry, 192.168.61.129. I think it is denying, means there is some problem with the IP tables or SE Linux. I will tell you that. Okay, this is the general way how to log in through user. I will tell you that later. Okay, maybe on this side there is no permission to log in to user yogi. Permission denied means there is some problem. We'll see that in later topics. Okay, here our motto is how to log in as such. Later I will see the next topics. Once the situation comes, I will tell you why this is denying. We'll troubleshoot it. Okay, up to now that how to do sh. Okay, next, but every time if you want to log into that system, it is asking for password. If you want to transfer files between two servers, every time it will ask password. For that reason, we'll do the same with without passwordless login using SSH keys. How to do that? Okay, so being a system administrator, every time you need to manage many systems. Of course, here I am having only 2 systems. Okay, if you want to access that system, every time I need to enter that IP address, and every time it will ask for password. For every action it will ask. Of course, I have logged in at the root, that's why it is not asking password. If it is a regular user, every time it will ask for prompt for password. If you want to transfer files, for every transfer it will ask for the password. So for that reason, SH, there is a way in SSH to escape password every time. Okay, because SSH is a secure way, so every time no need to enter password. Okay, so how that will be done is by generating SSH keys. What are those keys? Are two keys are there, a public key and private key. There are two keys we need to generate in SSH. Okay, one key is public key and second key is private key. So after generating these two keys, public key and private key, we'll keep this private key in our system, and we'll send this public key into the system where we want to log in through SSH. Okay, so what this public key and what this private key will do is, this private key will encrypt the data in our server. Okay, and the public key will decrypt it. We'll say we are sending this public key to the system where we want to access SSH now. That will decrypt it. So every time it doesn't need a password. Encryption is happening here and decryption there with the public key. If you are having those two keys, no need of no threat of snipping the data. If they snip it, they must have this public key. Okay, if you don't have that public key, they cannot do that. They cannot access that information, they cannot decode it, they cannot decrypt it. So every time no need of that password. Okay, so every time it will not pass. Okay, it will not ask for that one. So it is just like cryptography. Generally RSA algorithm will be used there. Okay, so okay, so how to do that one? First you need to generate that public key. That is nothing but by using this command ssh-keygen. By using this command, the two keys will be generated. Key pair means there are two keys, public key as well as private key. Those are generated by default in this directory root. If you are logged in as a root, then the two keys will be generated in this directory, that is /root. I will show you in the practice session. /root/.sh directory. If you are user, where they will generate means /home, that username, and /.sh directory if it is a regular user. Because for a normal user, the home directory is /home/ his name with that username. Okay, suppose Yogi is there, Yogi / the directory name is again .sh, hidden directory, that is. Okay, in the directory you'll go to directory. If you see using ls command, that after generating this key pair, you will see both the keys, public key as well as private key. You will see that one. Okay, now it will ask for some passphrase. First time only it will ask enter that passphrase. Passphrase means just like some wording phrase. You want to remember that one. Passphrase will ask only once per session. Okay, after that press enter. Okay, so keys will be generated. Next, two keys will be generated. Two keys, one is public key, other one is private key. The public key will be like this, id_rsa.pub. so that file you need to send to the remote server on which you want to do sh. Okay, so how to do that one? For that we are having a syntax like this: ssh-copy-id -i public key location. Where that public key will be in? It was in /root /.sh/id_ that public key name. I will show you how to that one. Next, where you want to copy that one? That server IP. If it is root, again root, no need to mention the username. If you want to mention the username, then you need to mention like this username. Suppose the username is yogi at this server IP. Okay, after copying this, it will go to this server. It will copy to this server, but where this public key will be in, where it will copy in, on which location it will copy. It will copy into the server on which location is, again in that server, go to that server /root.ssh directory. There some file name, that is authorized underscore keys file. In that file it will be copied. Okay, so go to that, access that key, check it, cd/root and cat authorizes keys. You can see some content. Okay, so now try to log into that remote server. Okay, first time it will ask for password, but next time onwards it doesn't ask password because we have done it passwordless authentication. So exit the session, again login, you will see the change. Now we will do that practice. Okay, I will show you. So again I'm using the two servers, same servers. One is with the IP. Okay, this server is with the IP 130. Only I'm telling the last digit. Okay, and this server is with the IP 129. Here I am using both the users as root only. Okay, not normal users. We'll see that normal users in the next sessions. Okay, now what I need to do is I want to go to this sh without asking password on this server 129. From this server I want to access this server without asking password every time. So for that, first what I need to do is ssh, I need to generate the keys, ssh keys. There are two keys, key pair. One is public key, second one is private key. So first what you need to do is ssh-keygen. If you type this command, look here, it is generating public key, private, public/private RSA key pair. It is asking for enter in which file to save the key. By default it is /root /.ssh/id_rsa. Okay, if you type s or enter, if you enter it, simply enter. Okay, it will ask for password. If you don't want to save this file here, you can give the path name here. So like /root some created directory name, you need to give that one. But I am doing the default, so please enter it. So by default it will save here in this location only. Okay, now it will ask for some passphrase. Okay, remember that passphrase, enter something. Okay, now look here, only it will ask passphrase only first time when you are configuring this passwordless authentication only. It will ask for passphrase, not every time. Okay, only it is one time process. Okay, look here, after doing that your identification has saved in this location. Your public keys has been saved in /root, this one. Okay, the key fingerprint, this is a fingerprint, key fingerprint. Okay, it will give images like this. Okay, now it was generated. Let us check whether that key pair means you must have two pairs there, two files will be there. So check whether it is there or not, two keys are generated or not. What is that directory name? .ssh. Okay, ls. Look here, there are two keys. First one is id_rs, second one is id_rsa.pub. This pub key is public key, this one is, second one is private key. We are having two keys. The key pair was generated simply by using ssh-keygen command. Okay, now what we need to do is, now I need to send this public key to this server. Okay, from here only, from this server only you need to send to this server, second server. What you need to do is, you need to send this public key only, you need to keep this private key here, because this private key encrypt the data here, this public key decrypt the data from here. Okay, so for that, what is the syntax we need to use is this one, sh-copy-id. Okay, you need to do this one. Okay, so we can do in another way also, that we'll see later. You can use copy one file from the other file using scp also. scp, the topic will come soon. There you can, but this is a regular process. Copy, sorry, sh-copy-id id I. After that, look here, public key location, where that public key is in our system. The public key location is /root/id and file name, that file name. So mention that one, give that one, where that public key is /root.ssh and id_rsa.pub. Okay, now I am copying this file, id_rs file, which is in this location, root/sh, to where? To this server. For that I need to know that server name, server IP. Okay, so this server IP is 192.168, this one 61.129. okay, so give that one, 192.168.61.129. So by default I'm sending it to root user only, root user on this server. So no need to enter that one. So if you want to send it to some other user, suppose Yogi, you need to mention here Yogi @ okay, simple, enter. So first time it will ask for password of 129, please remember that one. So you're sending this to this one. Okay, now it will ask the password for that server only, 129 server, and for the root user default, because I haven't mentioned that username here, by default it will take that root user. So enter the password of that root user. Okay, look here, one more thing you need to understand here is now try to, okay, log into the machine, this machine, log into this machine and check whether that this key id_pub key is went to this server or not. So where that will be in, it is in .sh authorized keys. Okay, check it whether it was copied to that location or not. This location it will copy it. Okay, so go to this one. Okay, move to that location .sh. look here, you are having authorized keys. Okay, it was copied to that one. This id_rs pub was copied to that one. Okay, check whether the same file was there, not there. So we are having the file is here. So check, open that id_pub file. Okay, look here, there is some encryption is there, sha rsa something is there, na? Okay, this one. Okay, like this. So go to here. Okay, again open authorized key also. Look, the same, sha something. Okay, it is a lengthy one, root @rhl server 2. The same was here only, encryption. Okay, so now we can confirmly say that this id_rs pub was transferred to this here in this location, /root.ssh/authorized keys. It will copy it to there. Now our task is over. Now log into this machine from this machine. Okay, check it, ssh, again the same process, ssh and IP number 192.168.61. which machine? 129. Presently I am in 130 machine. I want to log into 129. Simple. So it is asking the passphrase. First time only it will ask for passphrase. think passphrase I have entered. Okay, it's done. Now check whether we logged into that server or not. Okay, look here, we have logged into, but first time only. I said it is passwordless authentication. Only first time I am configuring the passwordless authentication. That's why it is asking the first time passphrase. Okay, next time onwards it will not show. Okay, and now I was logged in through a SSH in this server. Now check it. I'm exiting. Now my server is, look here, it is, I'm in 130. Now again I want to log into 129. I think it was not copied. I'm getting some error. It will